Salon owners, big changes are coming. Recent studies show that stylists are moving back to employment-based salons, but they're only joining teams with real mentorship and training. If you don't have a plan to onboard new hires fast and set them up for success, you can miss out on some great talent. That's why I created the Salon Success System. It's a simple step-by-step way to welcome new stylists in their first month, start a mentorship the right way, and build an in-salon training culture that keeps people growing and staying. Get your systems ready now so you're not scrambling later. Learn more about it on my website at denisekailitz.com/success system. And remember, when you know better, you do better. I'll never forget the day one of my longtime clients, let's call her Anne. She sat in my chair. She ran her fingers over her hairline and said softly, "Something's wrong. My forehead feels bigger every month." She'd just gone through menopause, and the receding, thinning band at the front of her hairline terrified her. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, we're talking about a condition that dermatologists say is becoming more common. It's called Frontal Fibrosing Alopecia, or FFA. Welcome to All About Hair, where we talk shop, share stories, and spill the secrets behind great hair and a great career. I'm your host, Denise Keilitz, a former salon owner, educator, and a lifelong hair crusader. Whether you're a new stylist building your book or just someone who loves learning about all things hair, you're in the right place. For many women, menopause already brings hot flashes, sleep changes, and shifting hormones. Add to that the heartbreak of hair loss, especially when it's right at the front hairline or even in your eyebrows, and it can deeply affect how you feel about your appearance. This isn't just about vanity. Hair is part of our identity. The hardest part, FFA is tricky. It's not the same as everyday shedding or genetic thinning. It's an autoimmune scarring alopecia, meaning the body attacks its own hair follicles, leading to permanent loss over time. Most women haven't even heard of it. It's often mistaken for a maturing hairline or normal post-menopause shedding until it's progressed. I once had a guest who spent months trying growth serums and scalp massages, thinking she could stimulate her hairline back. But with scarring alopecia, those things don't reverse the process once follicles are destroyed. First things first, there is always hope, especially when we catch this early. FFA is an inflammatory process we still don't fully understand. Some researchers suspect triggers like certain sunscreens and moisturizers and makeup or contact allergens, but studies are ongoing. What we do know is this: FFA is irreversible once scarring sets in. That's why early diagnosis and treatment matter so much. Dermatologists typically use a combination of tools to halt the progression of this and protect the remaining hair. First off, there's medical treatments. The most effective combinations so far include oral minoxidil and dutasteride. I am not a medical person, guys, so forgive my pronunciation of words, but dutasteride. I'll leave it in my show notes, so in case you want to look it up. So sometimes with topical or injectable steroids, and this helps to calm inflammation. Other medications such as hydroxychloroquine, sorry, I am not a medical person, mycophenolate, I'm going to leave these all in the show notes. I'm sorry, I'm slaughtering them. And this is really important information. So I will leave all of these in the show notes. But anyway, there's other medications that can be used. Some clinics even add the PRP, which I can say, platelet-rich plasma, to support scalp health and encourage stronger growth where follicles remain active. There's also, you want to have supportive hair care. Be gentle. Avoid harsh styling, tight ponytails, or chemical stress. Protect your scalp from the sun with hats or SPF. And then also, you have to have realistic expectations. Regrowth is rare once follicles scar, but stopping further loss is possible. If the disease stays stable for 6 to 12 months, hair transplantation can sometimes help restore the hairline. You also want to use scalp-friendly products. While they can't cure this, using products designed to support scalp health and reduce inflammation can help keep the area calm and maintain existing hair. And also, get emotional support. Hair loss right at the face can feel deeply personal. I can tell you just from my own experience with hair loss and having alopecia, I could hide it because it was on spots underneath my hair, and I could style my hair in such a way that no one knew that I had alopecia. But when it is right at your hairline, and if you've never heard of this, you might not even know what I'm talking about. And so I will put a few links in for pictures. So if you are curious, you can go look. But it's actually losing your hair at your hairline, and your hairline just gets further and further back. And it could feel really, really personal, and it could really take a toll on your self-confidence. So just having a supportive hairstylist, seeing a dermatologist early, and even talking to a therapist can help you feel more in control. One of my clients, she came in devastated after noticing her forehead kept creeping higher and higher. She finally saw a dermatologist. She started a prescription treatment early, and we adjusted her haircuts and her hair color to frame her face. So today her hairline has stayed stable for about 3 years, and more importantly, she feels empowered, not defeated. Look, if you're postmenopausal and if you're noticing your hairline changing, don't wait. Just don't wait and hope it's going to stop. FFA cannot be reversed once the follicles scar, but it can be slowed down. And it can be managed with the right care. And even if regrowth isn't possible, there are beautiful styling options and medical treatments to help you feel confident again. I would love to answer your personal hair loss questions in an upcoming episode. After this episode, stay tuned because I'm going to answer some that I've put together about FFA because I know people have asked me about it. But if you have any personal questions about hair loss or any hair questions, just send them to me. You can email me or message me on my Instagram at allabouthairwithdenise or Denise Keilitz. And I might feature one of your questions anonymously if you prefer on a future episode. Let me start with some questions. How do I know if my receding hairline is FFA or if it's just normal aging? That is a freaking terrific question. So you see, a normal maturing hairline changes slowly, and it doesn't cause redness or itching. FFA often shows as a smooth, pale band of skin where hair used to grow, sometimes with tiny little lonely hairs left behind. You may also see eyebrow thinning or feel scalp tightness or tenderness. If you notice these signs, see your dermatologist. They can confirm with a scalp exam or a biopsy if needed. Another question. Can hairstyles like tight ponytails or headbands make this worse? Well, traction hairstyles, which this is what this is called because it typically pulls your hair and your scalp tight. It doesn't cause FFA, but it can irritate an already inflamed scalp, and it can accelerate breakage when your hair is fragile. If you're dealing with FFA or any thinning, stick to loose styles and avoid constant pulling at the hairline. Another question, are there gentle shampoos or ingredients that won't irritate a sensitive scalp? Absolutely. Look for sulfate-free, silicone-light, and fragrance-free shampoos. Ingredients like aloe vera, oat extract can soothe irritation. Brands such as Euphoria's Nourish, Vanicream Free and Clear, or the Rootis Densify cleansers are great examples of these. You want to avoid harsh detergents and heavy buildup silicones. I will leave all these links in my show notes. How soon should I see a dermatologist if I'm worried about my hairline? Girl, right away. FFA causes scarring. Once follicles are gone, they do not grow back. Early treatment can slow or even stop progression, so don't wait until you see significant change. And finally, does stress or diet play a role in triggering this? No, stress doesn't directly cause FFA, but it can worsen inflammation and contribute to other shedding types that make FFA feel worse. Diet matters because low iron, vitamin D, or protein can compromise hair health. Keeping nutrition balance supports in any medical treatment you're using. All right, there you have it. If this topic hits close to home, know that you're not alone and you're not helpless. Start by seeing a dermatologist and being super gentle with your hair and your scalp. Knowledge and early action can help preserve the hair you have and your confidence along with it. For more education and support, always subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure you follow, share this with anybody, any of your friends who might need this information. And don't forget to go grab my free hair growth protocol sheet over at denisekailitz.com/thinning hair. I'll leave the link in the show notes. And remember, when you know better, you do better. Thanks for tuning in to All About Hair. If you loved this episode, hit subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with a fellow stylist or hair-loving friend. You want more tips, tools, and behind-the-scenes goodness? Follow me on YouTube or head to my website at denisekailitz.com. Yes, I know it's hard to spell, so don't worry, the link is in the show notes. Until next time, keep learning, keep creating, and keep loving what you do. You know, when I first started building my salons, I struggled with training. It felt like I was reinventing the wheel every time I hired someone new, and it was exhausting. But everything changed when I created a real system for onboarding and education. That's why I built the Salon Success System, so you don't have to figure it all out the hard way like I did. If you want proven tools, templates, and strategies that help your stylist succeed and take the stress off your plate, then check out the show notes for the link. Let's make training the best part of your business.